Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I'll be playing Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on the PlayStation 2. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So I want to start off this retro live stream by bringing the physicality of retro gaming to YouTube, as I always do, by showing you the box art. Hello, Aiden. Welcome to the live stream. How are you doing, my good friend? Welcome to my Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I think I may have called it Deception. So, just to be sure, just to be clear, it's Deadly Alliance. So yeah, welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing well. Yo, this is your favorite MK game. Well, this is going to be your favorite live stream of all time then. As a result, hope you enjoy. So yeah, here is the box. This is the front, of course. And we have the back. It says at the top, it's in us all. Now, what I love about that is with Mortal Kombat 1, it says it's in our blood. So I feel, I guess, a nice throwback to Deadly Alliance, where it says it's in us all. The concept was amazing, and the game hits hard. It does. It hits very hard. It's Mortal Kombat. So I'm not going to read everything at the back of the box. Feel free to pause the live stream or pause the video if you're watching this at a later time, and you can have a glorious look at the back of this box. So I'm going to show you the manual now. Actually, I'm going to take you back in time before NetherRealm Studios were NetherRealm Studios. They were Midway, and this was a showcase of their games from 2002 and 2003. Imagine that. So you had Dr. Muto, Defender. I don't know if I'm showing all of this on camera. Just a few games that they released back in 2002 and 2003. Okay, I will get stuck into the game, don't worry. Okay. I was going to say Siphon Filter. Spy Hunter. Okay. When I got this game in the retro store, they gave me two. One for each timeline. One for each timeline. They even gave me two of these as well, which is crazy. But this is the manual. I love manuals. And what I love about this is at the very back of the manual, you could have like your fight records. So if you were playing against your friend or your family member, you can put in the name, the opponent, wins and losses. Keep track of bragging rights. This I didn't even take notice of originally, but you can also put in your profile name as well, and your secret code, because you actually have, you'll see in a second, when you create a profile in Deadly Alliance, you're going to have your own unique code that you log into with, so you can actually put down your code there so you won't forget. This is basically all the coffins in the crypt, and I think the very important ones are kind of highlighted. The fighters. Deadly Alliance introduced the likes of Kenshi for the first time. Bo Rai Cho. Dramin. Don't worry, gameplay is coming up. Frost. And many others as well. So yeah, that's the manual. So the reason I wanted to kick off the live stream doing this is I like to bring the physicality of retro gaming to YouTube. There is a lot of online subscription services out there that allow you to play retro games like the Nintendo Switch Online service, PlayStation Plus Premium, and I think Xbox Arcade as well does it. But you know, you don't have the physicality with those services. So I like to bring the physicality of these retro games to the YouTube by showing the manual and the box. Yeah, this was the only MK game without Liu Kang. He dies. Spoiler alert for anyone who has yet to play Deadly Alliance. Liu Kang dies in this game. So, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance released 21 years ago in the year 2002. Isn't that just crazy? Back then, the Mortal Kombat franchise was around for a decade. And at that time, it felt like a very long time. But that was 21 years ago. Obviously, the Mortal Kombat franchise has been around in total for over 30 years now. And we've got Mortal Kombat 1 around the corner. So I love the history of Mortal Kombat. I love how long it's been around. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Chad Middleton. You're both very welcome to the live stream. How are you both doing? I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I hope that you enjoy my Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance live stream. Thank you, Jim Ryan, for increasing PlayStation Plus prices. Oh, don't get me started in Jim Ryan. He's going to have a dedicated live stream. So, you want to hear my thoughts on that? Stay tuned, is all I'm going to say on the matter. So, without further ado, let's get stuck into Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Here's my profile. Fire God, in honor of Fire God Liu Kang, the main character of Mortal Kombat 1. Let's have a look at the opening cinematic where Liu Kang dies. This was huge at the time.
Mortal Kombat has always been and always will be.
Sure will.
For millennia, the forces of good and evil have been locked in eternal battle over the control of Earthrealm. Some seek to use the tournament to destroy all that is good. Others seek vengeance, power, or eternal life. Time after time, each individual threat has been vanquished, and Earthrealm has enjoyed relative peace for many years. But there is concern that Earth is once again in peril. And this time, the threat of evil has two faces.
So for the first time, there was actually two villains.
It is now known that the sorcerer Quan Chi has escaped from the Netherrealm. Since his escape, Quan Chi has unlocked the secret of the ancient Moonstone, discovered the ancient undefeatable army of the long-forgotten Dragon King, and most disturbing of all, formed an alliance with one of our deadliest enemies, Shang Tsung. With their combined strength, they plotted to overpower the only two beings who could prevent their total domination of the two realms. The first was the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn.
Look how comfy he looks. Spoiler alert, this isn't the real Shao Kahn, by the way.
They then traveled to Earthrealm by way of a mystical portal known only to the sorcerers and deities. There, they confronted Earth's mightiest warrior and champion of Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang. It has been Shang Tsung's desire to consume the soul of Earthrealm's greatest warrior.
No, that wasn't the real Shao Kahn.
He achieved the skull.
But that was the real Liu Kang,
Kang is dead.
emphasizing the word was. That was huge. They basically killed off the main character in the Mortal Kombat series that was around.
Return to Outworld and are using the souls of conquered warriors to resurrect the Dragon King's undefeatable army.
Around for 10 years at the time.
Should they succeed, they will have the means to conquer Outworld and eventually Earthrealm.
That really was huge.
They will be unstoppable. I can no longer stand idly usurps my status as Elder God to return to Earth and lead you all to battle against our old adversaries. We must act now. We must stop this deadly alliance.
What an opening. This was before they killed Kung Lao in every game and movie. Yes, Aiden. This is Aiden's favourite Mortal Kombat game, by the way. So, Aiden is going to love this live stream. So you have arcade, your traditional mode where you fight through a tower of combatants, and they all have their own unique ending. Versus, play against a friend, practice, conquest, the beginnings of the cinematic story experience of Mortal Kombat. It would evolve throughout the series. The Crypt, my favorite mode in the game. There was over 600 coffins, which contain lots of different and very random content, including concept art, videos, new characters, character skins, etc., etc. And some of them really are random, trust me on that. I'll be showing that in the live stream as well. You unlock those coffins by spending in-game currency. You earn that in-game currency by playing through the game's various modes, and I love the fact that has been carried over to the most recent upcoming Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1. No premium fighting passes in Mortal Kombat 1. I actually uploaded a video on that. I don't know if it's actually working, by the way, but if you can watch it, give it a watch. Your favorite mode in the whole game, options, content where you can view your unlocked items from the crypt. So I'm going to load my profile. As I mentioned earlier, you have to put in a code. I'm not going to show you my code. Before all these new era nonsense, I haven't been looking too much into Mortal Kombat 1, as you may and should know by now. I want to go into that game fresh. I don't mind the fact that Kronika is in the game. I mean, NetherRealm Studios have brought back, Mortal Kombat fighters many times. Like Kronika was a villain, a bit like Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung was the main villain in Mortal Kombat 1, right? But they brought him back in Mortal Kombat 2, and they brought him back in Mortal Kombat 3. So it's not an alien concept to bring back villains and make them playable. I just don't want it to be the Kronika that has the same memories. I don't want it to be the same Kronika. And as you said, going on about the new fucking era. I really hope she isn't the main villain. Well, me as well. God, me as well. That would really leave a bad taste in my mouth. So let's get stuck into arcade. And let's have a look at the fighters. So you have Shang Tsung. His status is a sorcerer. His alignment is evil. He's 210 pounds. Height is 5'11". Also, this was the first game in the series that had 3 fighting styles. Two are forms of martial arts. One is a weapon. So he's got snake, crane, and straight sword. Then we have Bo Rai Shou. He's a trainer. He's good. He's 275 pounds. He's 5'10". His fighting style is Drunken Fist, Mizong, and Jiu-Jitsu. Jutsu, the weapon. Quan Chi. Also, he is introduced into Deception. He was introduced into the series for the first time. Sorry, I keep saying Deception. Ignore me when I say Deception. Quan Chi is also a sorcerer. He's evil. He's 210 pounds, 6'7". Fighting styles is Tang, Su Du, Sirima. I'm butchering the terms here. Broadswords. Li Mei also introduced for the first time in Deadly Alliance. She's a student. She's good. She's 120 pounds. She's 5'11". Fighting styles is Baji Quan, Lu He Bafa Sai. God help us. Scorpion, Ninja Spectre, Neutral, 210, 6'2", Hapikido, Pigu, and Ninja Sword. Sonya Blade, Special Forces, good, 140, 5'9". Kenpo, Taekwondo, Kali Sticks. Kenshi Swordsman, also introduced into the series for the first time with Deadly Alliance. Swordsman, Unknown, 185, 6'1". Tai Chi, San Shao Katana. Mavado, also introduced in Deadly Alliance. Red Dragon, Evil, 175, 5'9". Long Fist, Wing, Shun, Hook Swords, Johnny Cage, my main in Mortal Kombat 1, let me tell you. Movie star, good 196. Karate, Ji Kun, Jit Kundu, Nun Chokaru. Sub-Zero looking very old. Grandmaster, good 210.62. Shah Rukh Khan, Dragon, Curry Blade. Kano, Mercenary, Evil, 200, 510. Xing Yi, Akido, Butterfly. Kung Lao, Shaolin Monk, good 175, 510. Shaolin Fist, Mantis, Broadsword, and the rest are unlocked at the moment, but I think it is Nintaro, I think the Vampire, Dramin, Frost, Jax, why is Jax locked? Katana, Raiden, Reptile, Cyrax, and I forget the other guy's name. So I am going to choose, I'm going to go Quan Chi. Or Quan Chi, as they pronounce it. It can be a difficult game. So first up is Sonya Blade, and we are in the Nethership. Now, it's been a while since I played as Quan Chi in Deadly Alliance, so let's have a look at his moveset, or in particular his special moves. He doesn't have a whole lot, Jesus Christ. God, that's crazy. So down forward square for the skull fireball, and forward down circle for the rising star. Okay. I forgot already. So here we have the broadswords. So the difficulty, very easy at the start, but it really picks up as time goes on. Enjoy your coffee, Mr. Middleton. Coffee and Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, what more could you ask for, Chad? So this was the 3D era of Mortal Kombat, I believe first introduced in Mortal Kombat 4. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I don't know any fatalities. So yeah, it really is crazy to think this game came out 21 years ago in 2002. Again, back then the series was around for a decade. That was a very long time, you know, in the minds of Ed Boon and the rest of the dev team. They didn't even know where the series was going to be 10 years after that. We all know what happened 10 years later. They had the sequel Deception, they had Armageddon, they had versus DC, they had the first reboot, they had Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, and now, well, obviously all that didn't happen in 10 years, but most of it happened in 10 years. So yeah, Mortal Kombat is here to stay. And in fact, Mortal Kombat is only just getting started with the new era that Fire God Liu Kang has crafted. A brand new universe, brand new Mortal Kombat universe, new beginnings. So he literally only has 2 moves, and I swear to God, I can't even. So with Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, we got a real next-gen Mortal Kombat experience, you know, the proper next-gen. I mean, like, the visuals just went to a completely different level with Deadly Alliance. I mean, the level of, like, the fact that you can actually see, like, bruises on the fighters, you know, the fact that you could see, like, cuts and everything, just the overall, like, detail. Just the overall, like, detail, like, the visual fidelity of the game. Yeah, this was a next-gen Mortal Kombat experience. Obviously, like, you know, Gen Z looking at this game would say, this is a PS2 game. It is a PS2 game. You know, of course it was. Yeah, for people who grew up, like but not so much. I think I grew up with the Sega Master System, but I mean, if you like were there when this game first came out on PS2, like you would have been blown away by these visuals. And I feel like that. I feel like Mortal Kombat 1 will be what Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance was to PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. Poor Johnny. Also, like again, as I mentioned, like this was a true next gen Mortal Kombat experience. The detail in the stages as well, it was huge. It was huge for its time. 21 years ago. Can you actually believe that? Crazy. It honestly kind of doesn't look like an MK game. Interesting comment. In what way? Is it the 3D? Um, or do you like, or would you like associate like Mortal Kombat like with the pixel graphics of like like Sega Mega Drive and Super Nintendo? Is that what you mean? It's an interesting comment on the list. Though. I like that comment. Never quite had someone say that before. And hello, Dennis. You're very welcome to the live stream. How are you doing today? How's your day going? Welcome to my Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance live stream. This game came out 21 years ago. Can you believe that? In 2002. Crazy to think. Crazy to think. And the Mortal Kombat series is just getting started with Mortal Kombat 1 around the corner. So Dennis, hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'm playing as Quan Chi in arcade mode. I haven't blocked once. I think it's just the 3D fighting. It seems like a different fighting game. Yeah, it definitely had a different vibe to it. That's for sure. The fact that you could move in 3D, definitely did. I think a lot of people would prefer the 2D style, which is why NetherRealm Studios like went back to 2D with Mortal Kombat 9 onwards, and didn't return to 3D. So I think people just naturally prefer the 2D Mortal Kombat games. That's for sure. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. What a fatality. I don't know any fatalities. You couldn't check fatalities back then on the menu. But it still seems really cool. I didn't know they made a game like this. You didn't know they made a game like this. Mortal Kombat 4. Mortal Kombat 4 on like PS1. It's also on Dreamcast, but it's called Mortal Kombat Gold. I think it's also on N64 as well. That was actually the first 3D Mortal Kombat game, I think, to my knowledge. And there was a lot more. The sequel, Deadly Alliance, that was 3D as well. It was 3D It was 3D for Mortal Kombat 4 up until I think Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe was 3D as well. I don't know that for sure, no. But then again, though, is that even a Mortal Kombat game? Like, is that canon? Like, is it canon that like Sub-Zero like teamed up with like Batman? Is that canon? I wouldn't like to think it is, to be honest. I wouldn't like to think it is. I think Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe is good for what it is. It's a kind of dream game for a lot of people. People who like both Mortal Kombat and DC. I'm just more of a Mortal Kombat guy. Like, I mean, obviously I engage with DC content, I have over the years, but I wouldn't consider myself like a die-hard DC guy. I wouldn't even consider myself a comic book guy. I'm just more of a guy that wants to play Mortal Kombat. So when I hear like the next Mortal Kombat game is versus DC, I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, it is what it is. It's good for what it is, you know. So you can see him collecting coins as I go along, and you can use those coins. Then that's the in-game currency. You can use those coins then to unlock content in the crypt. MK versus DC is canon. Oh, stop! Hardly. Is it really canon though? Fucking hell! Oh god, Jesus! I didn't want to hear that at all. No, to be honest. Oh god, I just find it really. I don't know. Even outside of the fact that I'm not the biggest DC guy, the fact that like Sub-Zero would be canon to the Mortal Kombat, or the Batman would be canon to the Mortal Kombat series, it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth, to be honest with you. God almighty. There's actually a move, Sub-Zero's throw, even though it actually isn't a throw, he actually like he actually uses the opponent to like ice slide across the screen. I love it. Hopefully now he'll actually perform it on me so you can see. Damien, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to my Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance live stream. Damien, it's crazy to think this game came out 21 years ago in 2002. Back then, the series was a decade old, and nobody knew like where Mortal Kombat would be like in the next 10 years back then. And look at where it is now, man. Mortal Kombat 1 just around the corner. Great to have you in the live stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope that you enjoy. And yes, I am back, and I'm here to stay. Boom. Told you I'd be back. I'm like Shah Khan. You can't get rid of me. So this was a 3D Mortal Kombat. I mean, this was when the series was 3D, so you can move around in 3D, as in. That's the move I was talking about. I love that move. Just bring that move back. What a move that is. There's a fatality. Ah, you can feel the tension. Ah, what a fatality that is. Like, even for PS2 standards. Does anyone else have Africa News on their smart TV? And I haven't even heard of it, to be honest with you, man. Johnny, are you excited for the new Mario game? Jesus Christ! It has. Let's just say this. If there was any doubt in anyone's mind that Super Mario Bros. Wonder was a new 2D Mario, then that direct I had yesterday surely would have put those doubts to rest. Holy fuck! And to answer your question, yes. I have some random channels on my smart TV. I actually haven't looked. I have that TV option as well. I haven't looked too much into the channels, but I'd say there's some pretty random channels. I must have a look actually. I have to test my might. By the way, I could be here all night. completing this game because this is actually a tough game. What do we have? Brick. Oh, I can handle a brick. Look at this. It's old school here, like. Test Joe. I hope they bring back Test Joe Might actually, to be honest. It's always funny to see the channels. Yeah, you never know what pops up, like. This is my Mortal Kombat medal. I got that for winning Mortal Kombat. That's a nice combo. I like that combo, if I say so myself. It's only you can do that on the if only you could do that on the new MK, maybe you'll get better at combos. Hey, less of that now, man. I've actually stepped up my combo game with Mortal Kombat 1. If you were watching my Mortal Kombat 1 beta live streams, you would see I can pull off some pretty nice combos now. Pretty basic combos, but still combos. Once I actually realised that some of the like basic combos. Now obviously there's some pretty extensive combos out there, you know, that like pro players can pull off so well. But I can do pretty basic combos, and they're not that difficult. Like basically square, triangle, X, square, triangle, circle usually does the job. Like usually does the job. I don't even have to go into the menu to have a look at the moveset. So yeah, generally does the job. It is Nicola. They like rip off cartoons. Is there cartoons on it and all? I was excited for the new Mario, but also kind of worried. It was just like a graphical change, but it looks like they have so much more. Oh my god! I mean, first of all, the graphics look absolutely amazing. The typical like Nintendo stylized graphics. Obviously, you're not going to have a realistic um, Italian American like who's a plumber like appearing in the Flora Kingdom. Hey, what am I doing here? You know, Chris Pratt fucking appearing in the game. Like that's not going to happen, obviously. So amazing stylized graphics that look so like they're so refreshing compared to the new Super Mario Bros. Series. And yeah, there's a lot more than just the amazing stylized graphics. Like I mean, they've added so much into it. I like the online approach as well. I like the online approach. Like you, like people are actually playing the game at the same time, and like you see these like shadows, and you can actually interact with them, and you can help them. It's actually very interesting, the online. Two things, Johnny. We got to fight when MK1 comes out, and guess what? I am getting. What are you getting in the mail today? And definitely, man, definitely, we've got to fight in Mortal Kombat. Definitely, absolutely, absolutely. That combo is unreal. Reversal? What the fuck is this? Wrestling? I guess a fatality. No. I like watching the random game shows. I really like the online too, and the badges. Kind of reminds me of Hollow Knight. I haven't played Hollow Knight, but the badge system, yeah, that you can actually get power ups. So you can only use one at a time though, and you can bring them into the game. Jesus Christ, and I don't know, like the game just is absolutely like so fucking new. Like it's crazy how Miyamoto even like allowed this to happen. But he's become very laid back in terms of like handing the torch over to the younger devs. And what I really love about Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the game didn't have a deadline. The devs had as much time as they wanted or needed to develop the game, so you don't end up with something like Cyberpunk, basically, like a rushed game with like ideas that didn't make it, or you know, like something couldn't technically work because they had a deadline. Like the game literally had no deadline. And that makes it interesting in terms of how long was this game in development, I wonder. You know, as Miyamoto himself said, the father of Mario himself, as he said, a delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game will always be bad, or something like that anyway. The limited edition Spider-Man 2 PS5 controller. Got mine today. It looks amazing. One of the nicest looking PS5 controllers on the market, I'd say. Okay, we're getting close now to the end. After Scorpion, we're fighting Moloch. He's like a sub-boss, and then you're fighting the two villains. Also, I think this was the first Mortal Kombat game that had a progressive difficulty system when it comes to the arcades, when it comes to the tower, because there's only one tower. In previous Mortal Kombat games, you would choose your destiny. So you would choose like your difficulty, basically. I know when mine is coming in. Oh yeah, you're getting your. I just don't know if it'll arrive. Don't worry. So that's what you're getting in the mail. I'd say it's on the way, man. It's on the way. I'm guessing it's still like morning time where you are, so I'd say it'll arrive soon. If not, sometime in the afternoon. Latest will be early evening. That fireball went into the crowd. Crowd of undead mummies. So yeah, the difficulty always picks up around here. Once you're kind of getting closer, like to the sub boss, the difficulty does pick up. So I said this might take some time. So I'll get comfortable. Put on the kettle, have a coffee, have a tea, have whatever tickles your fancy bone. Also, I'm not sure what the video quality is like, to be honest with you. Like, but let me know if it's like too blurry or something. I might be able to start something out. But it looks okay from this angle anyway. I'm looking through the screen here on the phone. And it looks okay. Like, I know it keeps kind of trying to focus. That's been happening a lot lately. you know, for a PS2 game, the AI is very good. Like in this game, like I mean, Jesus, like yeah, the computer is like not just gonna stand there and let you hit him, like you know. Yeah, you may want to get comfortable now because this may take some time. So I'm going to stick the Quan Chi. So after arcade, then I'm going to go straight into the crypt, show you what the crypt is like, unlock some content. I just actually realised I actually have an alternate Quan Chi costume as well that I forgot to use. You press start at the fighter select screen to use the alternate costumes. Oh yeah, look at this. This is so you heard of test your might. This is test your sight. So you have to follow where the Mortal Kombat icon is. Right. Oh my fucking god. Oh, I just lost it. It's there. There, look. Of course I chose wisely. It's right here. How could you miss it? How could you miss it? Power Slave Productions, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to my Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance live stream. A game that came out 21 years ago. Can you believe that? Hope you enjoy. Boo, Roucho. I'll be back. No problem. Take your time. I'll be here. Trust me. This game doesn't catch your hand, trust me. It is difficult. But most Mortal Kombat games are anyway, like. And as I mentioned earlier, you can choose your tower. Like most Mortal Kombat games have like kind of different types of towers, depending on your difficulty. Depending on the difficulty that you want. Like it says 50% difficulty, by the way. But yeah, but it's gonna have to do a live stream when you're trying to kind of focus on combat as well. Like, but we'll do it. Don't worry. Well, I hope you're enjoying your beverages because this is going to take some time. I'm not going to change characters. I'm going to stick to Quan Chi. He's 6'7", and he's actually returning in Mortal Kombat 1 as well, I believe. Not sure if he's DLC or if he's actually going to be included in the base game, but he is going to be in Mortal Kombat 1 anyway, that's for sure. I don't know how I feel about like traditional Mortal Kombat fighters being included in DLC, to be honest with you. I think it makes more sense when they're guest fighters, but yeah. What's happened to Striker? Striker. Good question. He has not been in a Mortal Kombat game since Mortal Kombat 9, I think, wasn't he? Good question. I'd say at least make some kind of a cameo in Mortal Kombat 1. Like he'll be a cameo fighter. Finally. I like that they're adding them, but yeah, I don't know about DLC. I like DLC as a concept when it's done right. As I was saying, when it comes to Mortal Kombat, I don't know, I just find it questionable, like that they would kind of like include like traditional Mortal Kombat fighters, instead like Johnny Cage, even though he's included in the base game. Like imagine including Johnny Cage as DLC. To me, it doesn't quite go down too well. But when you have like a guest fighter, like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, that makes sense and it's exciting. Like I don't expect Michael Myers to be in Mortal Kombat, but if he came to Mortal Kombat, I would pay for it gladly. But I expect like Quan Chi to be in a Mortal Kombat game. So when he becomes DLC, I'm like, So Morlock is actually, in my opinion, the hardest opponent in the game. I forgot about him. But no, my little brother played Striker all the time on MK9. Striker, bring back Striker. Hashtag bring back Striker. But as I said, I think the cameo system in Mortal Kombat 1 is a great way for people who have like nostalgic connections to, past Mortal Kombat fighters, that they can actually like engage with them again. Like I have a nostalgic connection to Mortaro, and I love the fact that they're actually bringing Mortaro back in Mortal Kombat 1 as a cameo fighter, just to be able to see Mortaro again. And the fact that every cameo has their own fatality as well is even better, So we will keep going. It's Quan Chi. Once I defeat Morlock, it's Quan Chi and Shang Tsung then. And then that will be arcade mode. So it just takes a bit of time because, this game is not easy. Not by a long shot. I mean, if you're a pro at fighting games and at Mortal Kombat, people will speed right through this. But I'm not a pro. I never claim to be. So, yeah. So Moloch is like your Goro, your Kintaro, your Mortaro. They should have called him Molakaro. How did I manage that? Should have called him Bollock. Bollock. I don't even think Morlock has a fatality. I haven't seen him pull up a fatality in this game, to be honest. There is actually a strategy if you use like, oh god, fuck. Okay, this is gonna be tough. The hell? Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. This is redwood. Oh, poor Quan Chi broke his elbow. Sorry. Sorry, Quan Chi. Maybe next time. If I had one of those turbo controllers now, I would have been sorted. But I don't. So, yeah. So that combo is my best bet of defeating Bollock. Oh, fuck off. Oh, you absolute bastard. So he trapped me in the corner. I swear to God, the AI in this game is actually quite advanced for its time. Again, it came out 21 years ago, in 2002, and it actually has like, you know, CPU AI as advanced as that. Like, it's crazy. Like, they don't just stand there and just like hit me. You know what I mean? Like they fight back, and they don't just fight back, but you know, they would actually literally like trap you in the corner, the edge of the stage and everything. Like, it's crazy how they can pull that off. I think that's Kenshi going blind, I think. Jesus Christ. Oh, what the? I'm actually getting annoyed now. Fucking Morlock. Fun fact about Moloch's lair is actually situated underneath Shang Tsung's palace, sanctuary, palace. Fucking hell. This guy is driving me crazy. I keep forgetting to use his alternate costume. Jesus Christ, look at this. It's taken me 30 minutes and 43 seconds so far. I wasn't lying when I said it was difficult. It was Kenshi, blind Kenshi. What the fuck is he? They just duck. Okay. It's like. If anybody thinks they can do better, then come on over. I'll hand you this controller and you can try and do better. Oh, there's the alternate costume for Quan Chi. It's actually, I think it's his Mortal Kombat, either Mortal Kombat 4 or Mythology Sub-Zero outfit. I think it's Mortal Kombat 4, to be honest with you. There is Lime. Is it a Lime or katana? I could tell. Jesus. Okay, that's good momentum now to have. If I continue this momentum, I have 2 more chances of doing this. Oh, fuck. This guy's pissing me off. Bleed. Bleed, you ugly piece of shit. Finally. Now we can move on to fight the Deadly Alliance themselves. What is my battery looking like? 70%, not that bad. Not that bad at all. Sorry for the delay there. They're not as difficult, I have to say, this katana. I mean, like they'll put up a challenge, like, but then they're not as difficult as the as Moloch. Considering that they actually are the main villains, it makes no sense. But anyway. What the fuck? It's one down, one more member of the Deadly Lines to go of this guy. See the damage on his face that I spoke about earlier. Like for the first time in the series, you actually saw like injury details on the fighters' faces for the first time. I mean, that was huge. Here we have Shang Tsung's palace, which is located above Moloch's. Oh, for fuck's sake, this is going to be hard. Oh my god. Right. I'm going to have to just like. Difficulty 5. Okay, if I can get this, I have fantastic eyesight. Oh my fuck. Okay, I think I know where it is. Yes! God, my eyesight is brilliant. Here it is in self. Got it. Came out of the screen. Alright, Shang Tsung. This is for Liu Kang. Even though I'm playing as Quan Chi, but still. So because this is technically the final opponent, it's the main boss, it's going to put up quite a fight. But I still don't think it's as difficult as Moloch though. Fatality. Shang Tsung stomping on the competition, literally. This won't take as long as Moloch, don't worry. By the way, even though I have the PAL version of Mortal Kombat Deadly Lines, because I'm playing it on a modern TV that wouldn't have been around back then, I would imagine, I'm playing it in 60 hertz, which is basically 60 frames per second, I believe. Jesus. Sorry for that outburst. Oh, I forgot to use his alternate costume. You wouldn't realize how long it actually takes to complete an arcade, to complete the arcade mode in Deadly Lines, but Jesus Christ, it does. How did he even pull it off so quickly? Like? Sorry.
Round two. Fight.
Okay. I've got this. Thanks for sticking around if you're still watching. What the fuck was... Fuck you, Quan Chi. Fuck you very much. Again, look at the detail on his face. He's all bruised, cut up. Alright, so I am the Mortal Kombat champion. And what's interesting is when you actually complete the arcade as either Quan Chi or Shang Tsung, you get this background, which is really good. Hello, Xander. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to my Mortal Kombat Deadly Lines live stream.
The Deadly Alliance was successful in reviving the mummified remains of the Dragon King's undefeatable army.
Hope you're doing well.
It would appear that nothing could stand in the way of Shang Tsung and Quan Chi as they began their domination of the realms. Unfortunately for Shang Tsung, however, Quan Chi had no further need for the partnership. Once Shang Tsung had finally revived the last of the mummified warriors, Quan Chi closed the portal to the heavens and effectively shut off Shang Tsung's endless supply of souls. Quan Chi then instructed Kano to assassinate Shang Tsung in a surprise weapon attack. With their captor cut wide open, the thousands of souls Shang Tsung had consumed in the past spewed forth and swirled around the room. Quan Chi came to the realization that if Kano could so easily turn on Shang Tsung, he could also turn on Quan Chi himself. Quan Chi used his sorcery to drain the life from Kano and left his body where it fell. Immediately, one of the lingering souls shot into Kano's body. To Quan Chi's surprise, the man standing before him was no longer the black dragon thug known as Kano. Kano's body now contained the soul of the Shaolin monk, Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. So already, like, they were like, we killed off Liu Kang. We had to fix this. So yeah, that was the kind of seed that they planted in terms of like bringing back Liu Kang. So we won't watch the credits. We won't watch Kenshi doing a bit of Tai Chi. We will go right on to the crypt. Now that I've earned quite a few coins. Now there's over 600 coffins in the crypt. They all contain various types of content, from concept art, characters, stages, videos, and some really random stuff as well, which I'll be showing to wrap up this live stream. So I'm gonna. Oh, actually, no. There was one. Oh God, there was a coffin I opened the other day. I streamed it onto Facebook, so you wouldn't have seen this. It gave me a hint to a coffin that was Unleash Hell, so that's UH. I want to see what is inside. There we go. I don't have enough. Shit. Okay, maybe I'll get more as we go along. Okay. So the coffins with the light above them indicate special coffins, special content inside there. I want to see I think I opened up all of them, to be honest with you. They're also marked on the manual, which I showed at the start of the live stream as well. Don't have enough for that special. Costing. So I think I've opened up most of the special coffins, yes. So, okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Just random, let's open up Ed. Oh, no, not enough. Okay, fair enough. I get mixed up with the Onyx and the Platinum. Right, BJ. So I don't want to touch my ruby coins because I want to build it up for Unleash Hell. So here we have the ghost ship. I don't know if it's actually concept art of the ghost ship or the actual stage itself, the ghost ship, but we'll soon find out. I think it's concept art more than likely. In no particular like order or fashion, I'm just gonna like randomly open up these. So bow, bow. The grid noob sidebar. Oh yeah, there was a game that Midway actually made called the Grid, and it actually had a cameo of Noob Saibot. So that's an example of some of the random content you'll actually find in the crypt. So yeah, over 600 coffins. So here we have Carlos Pisana. So CP stood for his initials. There's actually a lot of those kind of coffins in the crypt with the development team's initials. So there's even Ed Boon. So if you go to EB, you'll actually get a photo of Ed Boon, which I'll actually show soon. So I'm just going to open up more of these. I'm going to look for some expensive ones. So I'm going to look for an expensive gold one. Proper and expensive now if I can. That's kind of expensive, yeah. NL. Something tells me that's. Oh no, never mind. I was going to say Melina, but Melina actually isn't in this game. So it's not NL, would be somehow Melina, but there we go. And I have unlocked a costume for Shang Tsung. Kind of looks like the Mortal Kombat 2 version of Shang Tsung, a little bit. Okay, what we're going to now? We're going to the red now, the ruby. I said ruby earlier, I meant to say jade. Queen is jade. So let's look for a costly enough red coffee. That's costly enough, but it's just very costly. Fucking hell. So I'll actually have an in-depth look at the content to wrap up this live stream now soon. So what should we have here now? A costume for Kung Liu. So obviously, the more costly the coffins are, the more kind of content you're going to, the better the content you're going to get. Of course. So, I'm going to open up. We are going to open up. What's that called again? Sapphire. Some sapphire coffins. For a costly enough one. Blood curdling screen. I feel like I should save up for that actually, PW. So that leaves me, I'm not going to spend the jade coins either, so that leaves me with a few onyx coffins. I keep getting onyx mixed up with the platinum, so annoying. That was one hell of a screen, wasn't it? Geez, that's costly too, isn't it? fuck it, just open this one. OG. I feel like it's going to be original. Something that has to be original. OG. Movie storyboards, 7 out of 8, so there's a total of 8 of those to collect in the game. So again, there's lots and lots of content to be got in the crypt, which I'll be showing at the end of the live stream. So stick around for that. We the people. Look at that. Tang Bei and Yu Yang. What am I spending again? I forget what I'm saving, to be honest with you. I'm saving the... That was one creepy laugh. Saving the sapphire and the jade. The rest I can spend. So we'll look for some red coffins around the... Oh, I don't have enough for that. Okay. Shit. 185. Okay. After this, I'm going to go to content. I've got a few... it kind of gives you an idea of what the crypt is all about. Look at this. MK3 home version. Home version means when they ported Mortal Kombat from the arcade to the console, because, you know, there was a thing called arcade gaming. You know, there was a thing called arcade gaming. I'm sure a lot of Gen Z gamers will be like, huh? But yeah, there was a time where people went to the arcade and played games. Mortal Kombat debuted in the arcade. I think the last arcade Mortal Kombat game might have been Mortal Kombat 4. Yeah, I think Mortal Kombat 4 was the last arcade Mortal Kombat game. So yeah, they would eventually port Mortal Kombat from the arcade to console, and that was called the home version, basically. So that is the crypt. Lots of interesting, unique, random content to be found in the crypt, which I'm now going to show. So we go into content. So starting with characters, I think I unlocked... who did I unlock? No, I don't think I unlocked any character, actually. Oh yeah, so these are basically... if you unlock a character, it will show up here. But also, if you unlock their alternate costume, it will show up here. So, whose alternate costume did I get again? It was Shang Tsung's, wasn't it? Yeah. So here's the Shang Tsung's alternate costume. And you also get the bio as well, the character bio. Quan Chi proposed an alliance with Shang Tsung that would prove to be mutually beneficial. He offered Shang Tsung immortality by unlocking a portal linked to the heavens. Shang Tsung would therefore have access to an unlimited number of souls to preserve his youth. In return, all Quan Chi required was Shang Tsung's assistance in transplanting warrior souls into the mummified remains of the Dragon King's undefeatable army. Shang Tsung accepted the offer, and the deadly alliance was formed. It didn't last very long though, nonetheless. Congratulations, you've unlocked Shang Tsung's alternate costume. To select the alternate costume, highlight the character and press the start button. Endings, arenas. These are some of the arenas that I've unlocked so far. I won't show all of them because it's going to take up some time. I'll just show you one in particular. Shang Tsung's Palace Story. In return for reviving the mummified army of the Dragon King, Quan Chi unlocked the ancient portal to the heavens for Shang Tsung. The result is a green swirl of tortured souls. Shang Tsung will now have access to an unlimited number of souls to sustain his life force forever. Again, in the interest of time and all that, and battery life, I'm gonna, kind of skip through some of these. So here we have concept art, and it's quite varied indeed. So you have Kung Lao sketch, an early render of Kung Lao in pose. Here we have a test your sight concept. And what's really interesting about the early concept art is you get a kind of insight into ideas that didn't quite make it to the game. So this is test your sight, but they kind of had a different idea. The test your sight minigame features close-ups of characters. Players try to select the correct jar after they have been rearranged. The player would drink the content of the jar and be rewarded or poisoned for a bad choice. So that didn't make it to the final game. I just don't think it did anyway, did it? No, didn't. Drum arena details, character concepts. So here's character concepts. So you can actually see Shao Kahn in the middle. So that kind of has me thinking, and the way he's posing as well. Like he doesn't play much of a role in Deadly Alliance. I mean, in the story, we just see him in the opening cinematic. We just see him sitting in the throne, and then Quan Chi and Shang Tsung defeat him, even though he isn't the real Shao Kahn. But yeah, he would have more than likely played a bigger role. And again, concept sketches for alternate Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, and Evil Sumo. But Evil Sumo is a character that didn't make it to Mortal Kombat later, actually. This is interesting. And even the guy behind him as well, actually. Just says sketches for alternate Shang. Oh, I didn't even notice that. So that would have been an alternate Shang Tsung. Looking, I would say, a lot more older as well. But Evil Sumo, it'd be interesting if they actually made Evil Sumo into Mortal Kombat 1. If they brought him over to Mortal Kombat 1. Octo Garden sketch, Soul Chamber. Just gonna pick random stuff here now. So this, what I liked about the content from the Crypt in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance is it actually had concept art from games other than Deadly Alliance. So this is actually a concept art for the drawing from Mortal Kombat 4 of the Firewall. Here we have Quan Chi's face texture, and it's fucking terrifying, to be honest with you. This is the actual texture map graphic used for Quan Chi's head. It's applied to his character model to give that scary, almost dead look. Yeah, it is fucking scary, to be honest with you. These are Shao Kahn warriors. It's basically the race that Goro is part of. Shao Kahn warriors of Kutan Palace. Item A, textured Shao Kahn bystander for the outer perimeter movement. Item B, seeded intended to become Goro. Item C, used to create the giant statue for the warrior facing away from the interior. Numbers showing polygon counts. So yeah, so that was intended to be Goro. So he would have been in the game. You may sketch Jack's proximity model. So to round off the what you call it, the concept art, here is probably one of the most random videos you will ever witness in your entire life. And this goes to prove just how random the content of the Crypt can be. Watch this.
This week on Cooking with Scorpion, learn about chopping, tenderizing, chopping, cake decorating, and chopping.
What more can be said? Love that video. Okay, next up then is extras, which contain some more random concept art, really, and photos and just stuff like that. So we've got Quan Chi's tattoos. Upon finding the ancient rune stones while in the fifth plane of the Netherrealm, Quan Chi magically burned some of the information pertaining to his amulet into his skin. The ghost ship. Here's that photo of Carlos Piscina, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Look at him, he's mental. Animator Carlos Piscina, hard at work with his trusty sword. Along with Nigel Casey, Carlos researched many fighting styles for Deadly Alliance. He also did much of the motion capture moves, as well as provided voice talent for the game. In his previous life, Carlos was the actor who portrayed Raiden in previous versions of Mortal Kombat. It's an interesting fact. He's also a mocap guy, I think, that was brought into Mortal Kombat Armageddon. And for no reason whatsoever, this is lifeguard Sonya. When not working as an agent for the Special Forces, she's combing the beaches as a top lifeguard. Just don't fake your drowning for some free mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, because Sonya will kick your ass after saving it. She will. This is the infamous Dan Toasty Forden at his home studio. Dan has been doing songs for the games for over 14 years and created sound for all the MK games. He is best known for games, not their games, for games, because Mortal Kombat was around for 10 years at this time, back in 2002, 21 years ago. So he's been involved in games for a long time. He's actually retired now, but he is the guy that is behind Toasty, which we all know, which we all would have heard. This is Quan Chi on the saxophone, because who wouldn't want to see Quan Chi on the saxophone? I mean, why not? Like, a new prodigy joins the Jazz Masters. Quan Chi, with soulful music influenced by his life on NetherRealm's mean streets, Quan Chi delivers his first major label album, Kind of Black and Blue. Buy it or else. Yeah, oh, you better buy it. You better buy it. And here is let's have a look at Mortal Kombat 2 print that first. So this is Mortal Kombat 2 when it came to the arcade. And there is the man, the myth, the legend himself, co-creator of Mortal Kombat, Mr. Ed Boon, hard at work. He doesn't look too happy with his photo being taken, though. There's something I just can sense. He's like, hi, fuck off, get out of here, you're fired. You're fired. The guy taking that photo was fired shortly after taking that photo. Designer and programmer Ed Boon in his office just before he fired the guy taking the photo. Ed is the co-creator of the Mortal Kombat world. I don't really respect about Ed Boon, okay? It's the fact that he always refers to himself as the co-creator of Mortal Kombat. He co-created Mortal Kombat along with John Tobias. John Tobias is no longer involved with the Mortal Kombat franchise, but does that mean that Ed Boon is going to take all the credit? Oh, look at me, I'm the creator of Mortal Kombat. No, he calls himself the co-creator of Mortal Kombat. And Noob Saibot, the character Noob Saibot, is actually a play of words with the surnames of both Ed Boon and John Tobias. So the Noob comes from Boon and Sabat comes from Tobias. And he is a recurring character in the series as well. So yeah, I just really respect that about Ed Boon. He doesn't take all the credit for the creation of Mortal Kombat. Here is there's actually 31. Basically, the entire Mortal Kombat comic. There was a Mortal Kombat comic released shortly after the release of Mortal Kombat in 1992, and there is 41 pages of that. So it is the full comic. If you want to read the comic, you can actually read this comic. It came out in 1992. This is image 11 of artwork from the original Mortal Kombat comic book. That is crazy. That really is crazy. Yeah. Another one. What's interesting about this is we actually get to see much more backstory behind these two fighters in particular, Liu Kang and Johnny Cage. Again, this was 1992, just when the game released, pretty much. So you find that Liu Kang is age 24, he's 5'10", he's 185 pounds, his hair is black, his eyes are brown, his legal status, citizen of the Republic of China. This next part, if you're a fan of the original Mortal Kombat movie that the legendary Paul W.S. Anderson directed, you're going to love this. And anyone who says that Paul Anderson, oh, he's terrible, look at the attention of detail here, right? Again, if you're a fan of the original Mortal Kombat, you will know this. Father Li Kang, mother Lin Kang, both deceased. Brother Chao Kang. Both Chao and Li are actually mentioned and they're seen in the Mortal Kombat movie. I love that piece of detail. Birthplace, Henan Province, China. Occupation, Shaolin monk. Then you have Johnny Cage, and his real name, if you didn't know, is John Carlton. He is 29. He is 6 foot. Well, back then he was 29 anyway. 6'1", weight 200 pounds, hair is brown, eyes are blue, legal status citizen of the United States of America. Known relatives: father Robert Carlton, mother Rose Carlton, sister Rebecca Carlton, ex-wife Cindy Ford, birthplace Venice, California, and his occupation, of course, is an actor. So I'm going to rush through this now a little bit. So there is the Mortal Kombat 4 logo. We've got John Notcher. Programmer John Notcher in his office. John programmed many of the special effects in Deadly Alliance, as well as the crypt and the number of fatalities. Okay, so Johnny Cage videos. I love this. Remember seeing action star Johnny Cage on screen for the first time? Experience all the excitement and adventure with the complete Johnny Cage video collection. And if you order now, we'll throw in Earthrealm Girls Gone Wild. Jesus Christ. Calm. It's not quite the watershed just yet now, relax. We've got John Vogel, looking very angry. Who the fuck are you taking the photo? Animator John Vogel in his computer. In addition to doing animations, John also wrote most of the story for Deadly Alliance. This is the Mortal Kombat 4 home version. Again, console version. Released back in 1998. This is the original Mortal Kombat 1 arcade. You're going to love it. That's where it all started. The original that started it all. Mortal Kombat 1, or as we now have to call it, the original Mortal Kombat. Arcade released back in 1992. The use of a block button was both new and revolutionary to the world of fighting games. One of the attract screens had a midway address to send money away for a limited edition Mortal Kombat 1 comic book, which is now available for unlocking in the crypt. As I mentioned earlier, one step ahead of you. This is the Midway movie group. Intro FNV artists from left to right: Dave Muller, Sam Kreider, Adam Norton, Pav Koviak, Chad Green, Dano Buendia, Jim Ron, and Tom. I'm not even going to fucking attempt to pronounce that name. I'm sorry, Tom. Outside Midway. Not pictured: Anne-Marie Coing and Laura Grieve. Fuck me, that's one hell of a name. I'm going to kind of skip through some of these. This is Raiden Performance Audio. CD players, cassette players, speakers, subwoofers, and amplifiers sound like a god. Yeah, Raiden is into the music scene. Only the Thunder God could bring you the high quality audio like this. Let Raiden perform audio. Install the booming car stereo of your dreams. Bass so powerful your ears will bleed. And they will. They will bleed. Just so you know. These are the 10 worst subtitle names suggested for Mortal Kombat. So at 10, it's Pinnacle of Pain. At 9, Death Watch. 8, Evolution. 7, Male Violence. 6, Vortices. 5, Virus of Violence. I actually like that. 4, Life is Shorter. Because I feel like, you know, violence and evil and aggression and all that. I feel like it's almost like a virus in a sense, you know. 3, In Contempt. 2, Bring It. And 1, Visceral Voyage. There were a lot of subtitles brainstormed for the yet unannounced Mortal Kombat 5, and fortunately, Deadly Alliance was chosen. Yeah, definitely, fortunately. Christ almighty. There's no more here. Okay, now I actually have 2 videos that I actually want to play to wrap up this live stream officially, because we're almost approaching 2 hours here, so I'm going to get right into it. What you're going to see here is, at the time, this would have been the history of Mortal Kombat. Again, this game, Deadly Alliance, released 21 years ago in 2002. At the time, Mortal Kombat had been around for 10 years. So there was 10 years of history in Mortal Kombat at that time. So just watched the history of Mortal Kombat 10 years ago. It's something really, there's something really nice about this, you know. Especially at the end, what Ed Boon says.
use of digitized actors, compelling characters, and gruesome graphic effects all helped to create a phenomenon that took arcades by storm.
A lot of people don't realize that the game was originally meant to be, a quick project. I think if Mortal Kombat did not have any blood in it, it probably wouldn't have had the kind of success it did.
Fatality.
Seeing people's first reaction to Mortal Kombat 1 in the arcades was pretty intense. Their reaction was just so over the top. They couldn't believe what they were seeing.
It really was like a very different game, you know? And games that are really different, they make an impact. Nobody had seen a game like this before.
Mortal Kombat 1 exceeded everybody's expectations. I don't think anybody was expecting it to be, to become as big as it did.
There is no question of the impact Mortal Kombat has had on gamers around the world.
Like when you can rip someone's heart out in a game, that was big.
I love playing Mortal Kombat.
In 1993, Mortal Kombat 2 was unleashed upon a sea of bloodthirsty fans. More characters, more moves, more blood.
The biggest challenge was probably just the amount of content that we had to generate. Before, everything that were Mortal Kombat 1, we wanted to double. All of the fans of the first game had high expectations for the second one. The merchandising was when we really kind of realized just how big the game had become. It became a lot more than a game. The visualities and the friendship kind of poked in front of that whole controversy that came about.
There was a lot of controversy.
All eyes were on us right before we kind of snuck up on everybody.
But the fans would still not be satisfied. '95 saw the release of Mortal Kombat 3 with a diverse cast of characters, crisp graphics, and an intricate combo system.
Reality's boring. Nobody wants to pay for reality.
Yes.
Take everything beyond reality.
Reality is boring. Nobody wants to pay for reality. Thank you, Ed.
It was around this time that Hollywood smelled box office potential.
What a movie.
Franchise.
What a
We were
movie.
very happy with the first film. We had
I
seen
like how he says the first film.
It turned out to be a really, really fun film.
He really emphasized the first film, didn't he? Because we all know what happened in the second film, which wasn't directed by Paul Anderson, by the way. The first was directed by Paul Anderson, not the second.
It's easy to come up with the ideas. Anybody can come up with ideas for games and stuff, but it's to actually convert something from an idea in your head into reality, into something that is a sellable product. That's where the challenge is.
Mortal Kombat was unstoppable.
The first 3D Mortal Kombat game.
Constantly. Mortal Kombat 4 is the mother of all fighting games.
New technology made for broad advances in video games, and Mortal Kombat took full advantage.
I can imagine the Gen Z viewers right now.
Now in 3D, took on a whole new dimension.
The Mortal Kombat 4 Road Tour is something that's never been done before in the video game world. I remember these big trucks driving around with Mortal Kombat 4 logo on them.
MK4's release was again marked by controversy.
And a new arcade game is causing quite a sensation.
Mortal Kombat 4. A new Mortal Kombat hits a new level of violence.
Meet Mortal Kombat 4, the latest horror and violent video game for your kids.
Well, you tend to look at games like this, but are they just games, or could they have
Just
long-term
games.
effects on
It's so
player
cool
behavior?
that it has very cool.
It wasn't the only game with that kind of violence and blood. There were games that actually surpassed it. It was just the only game that really was, hugely popular and had the violence and blood.
Yeah, this is so cool.
last version of Mortal Kombat to be released in arcades, and fans eagerly awaited the series' next chapter on home systems.
The fact that it sold in the millions was really kind of like a, a bit of an attestament to it. I guess it's staying power, I suppose.
Staying power is so true. Staying power is so true. Like 2002, 21 years ago.
Feeding off the power of next-generation systems, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance brings the franchise home.
Listen to what he says about this 21 years ago.
This is easily the biggest production of all the Mortal Kombat games. You could take, take the work of 3 of the previous games, put them together, and you have about what it took to make this game.
That is literally what he said about Mortal Kombat 1. Keep that in mind. Mortal Kombat 1 is going to be absolutely amazing.
We really wanted to make sure the martial arts was authentic in Deadly Alliance.
I'm really excited about the look of Deadly Alliance. It has a great fantasy look, but still realistic at the same time.
Did he still say that? That's crazy.
It's a little more real with the clavicles and neck bones that we didn't used to have in Mortal Kombat 4.
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance debuted in Los Angeles at E3 2002, complete with a live show by Adema, performing their original song.
I'm actually going to round off the live stream by... I swear to God, if I get a copyright strike for this...
The future for Mortal Kombat, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Over the last decade, Mortal Kombat has become a legend in the arena of fighting games that will be here for years to come.
Listen to this. Oh yeah. So he says the future of Mortal Kombat. Who knows? Again, this was 21 years ago. The future of Mortal Kombat after Deadly Alliance was, of course, Deception, Armageddon, Mortal Kombat versus DC, and it just kept going and kept going and kept going. We got Mortal Kombat Reboot, we got Mortal Kombat X, we got Mortal Kombat 11, and now a new era has begun, a new beginning, a new Mortal Kombat universe. We literally are just getting started. So yes, future of Mortal Kombat is alive and well and kicking. So I'm not going to show you the making of Mortal Kombat. I'm kind of going a bit over time here, but whatever. This is the making of Mortal Kombat. Dead Alliance. What you're about to see was filmed over a period of 15 hours. It is a single day in the making of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. So enjoy this. This is really cool. This is Midway Games. Midway Games presents a Midway Home Entertainment Incorporated production. This is the mean streets of Chicago. Their office is still actually in Chicago, actually. Mortal Kombat Unseen. Ed Boon's sports car.
A typical day in Mortal Kombat starts with me trying to get in as early as possible. Most of the other guys on the team work late into the night. In the morning, I can get a few uninterrupted hours to program in the characters' moves and plan things out for the rest of the day.
Well, he takes his head out, basically throws it, sticks in the other guy's face. Then he kind of staggers it for a little while, falls back on his back.
But he starts twitching, and Kunlao comes there and he lifts his foot up, steps on the guy's stomach, the head flies up, he grabs it, and goes into like a crow pose. Then, starting at about 9 or 10, most of the others start pouring in. And from that point on, the insanity begins.
Hello, Steve.
Hey. Oh. What's going on?
Oh, wow, you did all that last night or something?
Yeah.
I like that. I finished the shoot, whatever that is.
Just trying to get the whipping right.
It's cool when it goes back in his chest.
My main role on the team is background design. You have the very European Gothic flying buttress and the very Asian tower top. I made this single element, which I'm going to repeat. Right now you can see I've got textures on the model, but they're merely placeholder textures.
We got these quick swords. I don't know who's getting that, maybe Movado. Great stat. And they're all taped up, so when we catch her, the tonfa, the side. Of course, you gotta have the side. The regular broadsword. There's more laying around everywhere else. So. Welcome to Vogelland. I'm doing Shang Tsung's fatality. I guess each time he hits, like, I think souls come out. You know, going to Shang Tsung each time, or each time they go up in the air. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. I didn't know what I
We actually saw this fatality in the stream.
It's going to say, okay, now the souls come out. Now they know.
Just show me right where she makes impact. She makes it.
See how involved Ed Boon is. Watch this now.
Here, you can stop. He doesn't. You don't even need him to do anything. Just not, don't even have him do any impact. Just, if you can hand animate so she, the impact propels her away. It's like a jerk like that, or we can do it in the game.
So involved, and he still is to this day.
Blender. Stores are gonna open again, and body parts and blood, ripped up flesh is gonna come pouring out of his chest. Tony's actually doing the bloody stumps and bloody pieces.
I do a lot of the whatever effects is needed for someone with their getting, say, cut in half. Overlay on top, and this part up here I haven't done it yet. Just kind of be the spinal column, so you get 2 in 1 here. A lot of good use of textures there.
What experience do you have that would qualify you as motion capture, Tim?
This was the acid bath. This is a concept drawing, and basically I wanted these statues here. They had these churning bowls of acid inside it. It's kind of like a Buddha, but demonized a little or something. It's a close up, a head study. They would just gush out this vomit, this acid out of their mouth at the end of a round for a background fatality. It's tedious and trying to limit your geometry and still try to get a lot of detail. And I don't think he should have these sub things. He should be like, making a video game today is almost nothing like 1991. Mortal Kombat 1 had 1 programmer, 2 artists, and a sound designer. That's it. 4 guys.
4
Whereas
people.
on Deadly Alliance, we have a team of over 50
That's his brother.
people. We've been lucky enough to get some of the most talented people in the video game business. And on any given day, it's amazing how many different parts of the game are being worked on at the same time. A lot of what I do involves nonstop bouncing from office to office, checking out character and background designs, as well as all the technical hurdles we have to overcome. There's a lot of issues to deal with in producing this game for 3 systems simultaneously.
So do you want, Tony said he thinks he could probably do all the characters in a day or 2 with 4 levels of damage. But,
Really?
yeah, just doing basics. If he
You think you could do all characters in a day or 2? I bet you I could. Wow. Yeah, I cut and paste same scars and stuff. Do a damage test.
So yeah, 50 people worked on Deadly Alliance, but nowadays there's probably like fucking hundreds of people involved in the game.
we're testing adding damage to players' faces, you can see a sample of the wounding.
It's the GameCube version right there. It's crazy to think that back then the GameCube was the most powerful console.
Oh, is that? It's like a new texture map for Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
You know that some of those images actually look better in 128. Because when you have that much data to scramble.
There's a Mike Boone in the red t-shirt. That's Ed Boone's brother.
Right now, I can give you 3 levels. Your Sonya's clean face. This is level 1. Just a few bruises and cuts. 2, I imagine, is the level that you're going to see the most in the game. And then 3 should be like just insane. Just over the top. Just
Looks good, though.
Yeah, that's what we. No, I mean, I think it's cool enough that that it's worth the effort. You know.
Really well.
You know, how much is that?
I think I need to eat it.
Let's go get Tony or something.
I think I have a pixel on my TV.
Good. Bogey's good. We're doing the Mace Fatality, and John needs
No, I don't.
Yeah, if we can have the texture maps too, that'd be cool. Okay.
very first shot. It just seems a little quick. There's no ramp up to it. It just kind of starts speed and it goes across. I know we need to kind of get there. So maybe we need to just kind of look at that shot against the previous shot and see if it works.
There's some kind of problem with your work. Everybody says there's a communication problem. What gives?
I don't even know you anymore. Just kick right away. Do that for a good one. Carlos gets the life of this game.
This is, now that I've got alternate Shang Tsung, I'm going in on the details and adding stuff like his back emblem right now. And so whatever detail you see, in terms of folds and wrinkles and stuff, is all in the texture. It'll hide a lot. Let's open up his eyes a little bit. It'll show you. Basically, you can get a lot out of a few polys if you just weigh your vertices right.
Okay, maybe you don't have to totally bun out. I can't do this with these cameras.
You can't tell me I'm immortal.
Blind Kenchi's reaction.
It's just Kenshi now.
Okay, Kenshi. The loop does not match like where the starting heads are. It's like see his head right there, and then on the loop, look how far his head snaps back. I had to loop like the last bit of frames in order to make it look.
So I guess we're gonna have to figure out a way to go about connecting each of the coffins with the amount of money spent.
Right, we've got the database, which is going to tell us what's in each coffin, how much the coffins cost. Once the player opens the coffin, it has to be marked in the player profile table.
So how many copies are there in this bed?
It's a 26 by 26 array, so there's 676 coffins.
A lot of coffins.
Acting!
Good life, man. This is the life. So how's that motion work for you?
Hello.
Things move so fast during one of our typical days that before you know it, the whole day is just blown by. Usually by then we're pretty exhausted, but we know the whole process starts all over again the next day.
See you tomorrow. It's 7 o'clock.
Yep, so that was the making of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. What I love about watching those videos, the Mortal Kombat history, and the making of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, is just comparing. Jesus Christ! Like, you know the way that he said that there was 4 people who worked on the original Mortal Kombat, and 50 people worked on Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Now there is like hundreds of people working on Mortal Kombat today. So Mortal Kombat then, Mortal Kombat now, just how much Mortal Kombat has grown. It's grown a lot. So and what I like about what Ed Boon says in the making of Mortal Kombat, this was 21 years ago. Like, what does the future hold for Mortal Kombat? I mean, Jesus, the future was bright back then, and it's bright now as well. So yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 literally 2 weeks away. Cannot wait. Well, 2 weeks if you're getting the early access, which I am. Haha. But yeah, so that's going to do it for the live stream. This was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on PS2. Hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Let me just read out this part. Well, not read it.
Mortal Kombat has always been and always will be.
What a way to round off the live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.